Okay. Moving on from taxes, we certainly get to the next big elephant in the room at budget time: school funding. Chapter 70. We know that Chapter 70, the formula that's used to allocate state funds, is somewhat antiquated, and it really needs a second look up there on Beacon Hill. They need to take a look at that and see what they can do to alter the funding mechanism statewide. One of the challenges that the Milford school system faces is the high percentage of English language learners, the ELL students that we have here in Milford. And educating them, obviously we need to try and group them together. Those that speak a certain language need to be grouped together, and they need to learn English so that they can, but kind of like by an English immersion type of teaching style. Within a year or so, they're supposed to be proficient enough in English to begin learning. And there's other pressures on the school system as well. Some of the kids that are our English language learners, they may or may not have had much of a formal education in whatever country they lived in prior to coming here. So that also adds pressure on the school system. What are your thoughts on Chapter 70 funding and what we can expect from Beacon Hill?
I believe you're going to see some changes for the better with our new governor in place. And I believe that not only school funding, but general overall municipal funding from the state will get much better. I believe we have the right governor in place now to get that done.
So, okay,
as far as I mean, there are statutes that we have to rely on in terms of education and educating non-English speaking students, students that immigrate from other countries. What we have to be careful of is the illegal immigration and how we can deal with that issue. One of my proposals, if I am elected, will be to try to get my fellow board members to form, and I know we have a committee for everything in town, okay, and maybe the one thing we don't need is another committee, but I believe that we should form a committee to look into how we can get our hands around illegal immigrants in Milford, coming to Milford. Now, I know people will say, oh, there are laws that we have to follow that prevent us from doing anything with respect to preventing illegal immigrants from coming to Milford. That is true, but there have to be things that we can do to make Milford less attractive and less inviting for illegal immigrants to come here.
Well, when you look at immigration, though, Mike, one thing you need to really bear in mind is it's a federal issue. It's not a local issue, and it's not really something that we can do on a local level. As far as how to make Milford less attractive, one of the reasons why people would be attracted here is because of the high percentage of rental stock. There's a lot of apartments in Milford. There's a lot of three-family homes that have been converted to apartment buildings. So there's a lot of relatively inexpensive housing available. I don't think that Milford is making the town more attractive to illegal immigrants, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot of rental stock here, so it's pretty easy for people to find to put a roof over their head.
Yeah, it's not a question of making it more attractive to illegal immigrants. It's a question of making it less attractive, making it so they want to go to the next town over or two towns over because they have better benefits there than here. Extreme case in point. Framingham, a number of years back, either posted or allowed to be posted a notice in their municipal building that is basically said, and I don't have the exact verbiage, but it basically said, go to Milford. It had a little map drawn it with directions, two directions to Milford, down 126, down 85, 135 to Milford. They not like, but they will take care of anybody. Go there, live the life. Now, that is an extreme case in point. I am not suggesting we do that. I'm not suggesting we post a notice directing illegal immigrants to another town. But Framingham, if you recall, 30, 40 years ago, was inundated with all kinds of crime, a lot of it due to the illegal immigration population they had there. They have come a long way in cleaning up their town. And part of the way they have done it, once again, I'm not suggesting we do this, but that posting that notice is an example of what they did.
That's a pretty serious charge, Mike. I have never heard of anything like that having been done in Framingham. I would,
I can tell you,
welcome any viewers to check that out.
I know this because I saw the notice. I was there. I saw it. I asked the lady at the desk, why that notice was posted, and her response was that, oh, we allow people to post things on the bulletin board, and that was it. Now, I went back there because I was working in Framingham doing some building, and I had the opportunity to go back several times to the building. Several days later, the notice was gone. Now, I don't know where it went.
So this wasn't an official notice. This was just something that some resident of Framingham posted on a bulletin board in town hall?
It appeared that way. However, as I said, Framingham either posted it or allowed it to be posted. One and the same. If it's posted, then in their facility, then they're responsible for it.
Sure. Well, let's.
And once again, I'm not suggesting we do that, but I am suggesting that there's got to be, and if we can't not do anything about it, fine. But at least let's get some people who are interested and dedicated in solving the problem. Let's get them to dig into it and either confirm that, look, we've done all we can, or look, we can do this one other thing or two other things. Let's get people working on it. I think with all the committees we have in town, one more committee to that benefit would not be one too many.